Good morning and happy rainy Tuesday here in Northern Illinois. So let me ask you a question. When's the last time you saw a commercial on television for Rolls-Royce, for Ferrari, for Lamborghini, or for Bentley? I'm going to tell you the answer is you haven't. None of those car companies, in particular Rolls-Royce, ever advertises on television. Why not? Because their target audience doesn't watch television. Where do they do? First of all, do they advertise? Yes, they do. Where do they advertise? Well, magazines. They advertise in some car magazines, but mostly they advertise in magazines like Fortune. They advertise in the American Express travel magazine that you get. If you hold an American Express Gold or Platinum or Black card, you get this travel magazine a couple of times a year where you can go different places on all of your points that you get. All of those car manufacturers advertise there along with Tiffany and other high-end things. Where else do they advertise? Movies. They partially sponsor movies and then they get into the movies. So certain movies like James Bond, Tom Cruise movies, Mission Impossible. So what does that tell you? Well, it tells you, obviously, that the people that buy those high-end vehicles don't spend time watching television. They do read. They will look at specific magazines specific to the things that they watch, and they will go see a movie. It shows you that they do go see movies. But they don't watch TV. So even if you watch golf, you're going to see advertising for Cadillac. You're going to see all kinds of advertising for ED products, my God. And then you're going to see advertising for investments, right? You're going to see Merrill Lynch, and you're going to see Edwards, Edward D. Jones, AG Edwards. You're going to see all that stuff. But you don't see Rolls-Royce and Ferrari and Bentley and Lamborghini. You won't see them. You won't see them anywhere on television. You won't see them on a sports show. You won't see them on any of that stuff. The people that buy those vehicles, unless they're young and doing something stupid, the people that buy those vehicles spend their time doing very specific things. You know, I've heard higher achievers talking about compressing time. That's one of the things that they say that they work very hard on trying to do is compress time. And what they mean by that is they don't have time where they're not productive. So that's why they do the private jet thing. They get to a point where they do private jets because it takes so much time to fly commercially. You got to go to the airport, you got to go through security, you got to wait for the plane, you get delayed a lot. And even though the cost of a private jet is significantly high because they don't waste time, then it makes more sense. That's why they have drivers, so that when they're in a car, they're not wasting time driving. They can do other things while they're in the car. They can read, they can watch videos, they can have meetings. Many of them really enjoy driving, quite frankly. They would like to drive, but they don't because it saves so much time. So the same is true with television. They don't spend their time sitting around watching television. They might watch it for a half an hour before they go to sleep at night, or they might take a quick glance at the news. But even if you look at business channels, CNBC or Fox Business or any of those, you don't see any of those car manufacturers or any of those people advertising even on those channels. And they know that target audience watches that channel, but they just don't watch it a long time. They'll watch it for a very short period of time. So in order to try to make that commercial worthwhile, they're going to have to guess as to when they're going to watch, and so they don't bother. And instead, they use other ways to target their audience that they know they're going to look at. They know they're going to look at that Forbes magazine. They know they're going to look at Fortune. They know they're going to look at that American Express. And they know certain movies that they're going to go see. So the same seeds will get the same rewards. Those people that highly achieve compress time. They don't waste time. They use what we call net time, where if you're riding in a car or when you're exercising in the morning, these various type of activities, they're doing something during those activities. They're listening to a video, they're listening to a podcast, they're listening to a book, a lot of books on tape. When they're driving, they're not listening to a talk show, they're listening to a book on tape and they're learning. Or they're being driven in a car and they're holding meetings and they're reading and they're reviewing financials or they're doing things like that. Sow the same seeds and we get the same results. The people that achieve highly utilize their time wisely, and they construct their time. They control their day. They don't let somebody else control their day. Remember, you design your own life. You don't become part of somebody else's design for theirs. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.